Hello students, welcome to Karnataka LMS, Namma Shakti Namma Bhavishya, program initiated by Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. This is the video with regard to the organizational behavior for the management students. I'm Ranjita BR. I'm talking about personality attributes influencing organizational behavior. So what are the attributes influencing in OB? I mean organizational behavior or factors influencing personalities. So before that, let us see what is personality. The term personality has been derived from the Latin term persona, which means to speak through. The Latin word denotes the mask worn by actors in ancient Greece and Rome. Therefore, a very common meaning of the term personality is the role which the person displays to the public. So what the face we are showing to the public. And the personality is very frequently used word, but still there is no uniformity in its meaning. There are a great deal of controversy about the meaning of the word personality. So personality represents the sum total of several attributes which manifest themselves in an individual. The ability of the individual to organize and integrate all the qualities so as to give meaning to life and the uniqueness of the situation which influences behavior of an individual. That we can say as a personality. So let me concentrate on the 12 major personality traits influencing organizational behavior. That is, number 1, authoritarianism. Second one, bureaucratic personality. Third one, Machiavellianism, introversion and extroversion, problem-solving style, achievement orientation, locus of control, self-esteem, self-monitoring, risk-taking, type A and type B personality, and Myers-Briggs type indicator, that is MBTI. Let me study one by one. The first one, that is authoritarianism. Authoritarianism as a concept was developed by psychologist Adorno during World War II to measure susceptibility to autocratic, fascistic, or anti-democratic appeals. After that, the concept was extended to the human personality. According to Adorno, this concept refers to a belief that there should be a status and power differences among people in organization. Authoritarians tend to place a high moral value on their beliefs and are strongly oriented towards conformity of rules and regulation. They naturally prefer stable and structured work environments which are governed by clean rules and procedures. Further, they believe obedience and respect for authority and blind acceptance of authority. These people are generally conservatives concerned with the toughness and power, are close-minded and generally less educated. But because of their belief in acceptance of authority, they make good followers, work better under directive supervision, and are more productive within authoritarian organizational structure. So this is with regard to the authoritarianism. Let me move on to the second one, that is bureaucratic personality. The personality of a bureaucratic person is based upon respect for organizational rules and regulation. He is different from an authoritarian person in respect that his acceptance of authority is not total and blind. A person who is bureaucratic in nature values subordination, conformity to rules, impersonal and formal relationships. So these people become better supervisors when the type of work is routine, repetitive, and proceduralized, because these people are not innovative. They do not like taking risks and feel more at ease in following established directions. So what we see in our government, this is bureaucratic personality. They work within the rules and regulations, what is has already been devised, and they follow the established direction. And this is the in our government department, the works are routine, repetitive, and proceduralized. They don't take any risk. They just follow the rules and regulation already laid down by the seniors or the superiors. So this is called bureaucratic personality. Then the third one, that is Machiavellianism. The personality trait of Machiavellianism is also known as Mac, is named after Niccolo Machiavelli, who wrote in the 16th century on how to gain and use power. Sorry, this is the third one. I'll correct my pronunciation. That is Machiavellianism. This personality trait, this Machiavellianism, is in psychology, refers to a personality trait which sees a person so focused on their own interests they will manipulate, deceive, and exploit others to achieve their goals. Machiavellianism is one of the traits in what is called the dark trend, the other two being narcissism and psychopathy. So Machiavellianism, the personality trait, is named after Niccolo Machiavelli, who wrote in the 16th century. Next one. Next one, introversion and extraversion. These two terms are generally associated with the interpersonal behavior of an individual and his sociability. Extroverts are gregarious and sociable individuals, while introverts are shy, quiet, and retiring. It has been observed that introverts and extroverts people have different career orientations and require different organizational environment to maximize performance. These are the two terms are generally associated with the interpersonal behavior of an individual and his social ability. Extroverts are more sociable individuals, while introverts are shy. Extroverts are more suitable for positions that require considerable interaction with others. That is why managerial positions are dominated by extroverts. We can say that to be extrovert is a managerial trait to be a successful manager. On the other hand, introvert people are more inclined to excel at tasks that require thought and analytical skill. An extreme introvert works best alone in quiet office without external interruption or influence. Next one, the problem solving style. Individuals have their own style of solving their problems and making their decision, and this style of their affects their personality in certain ways. And some of these styles are: first one, sensation feeling style. The people who have the sensation feeling style are dependable, friendly, social, and they approach facts with human concerns. These people are pragmatic, methodical, and like jobs which involve human contract and public relations. Some suitable areas of job are: these people are teaching, customer relations, social workers, and marketing. Then second one, sensation thinking style. People with sensation thinking style are practical, logical, decisive, and sensitive into details. These people prefer bureaucratic type organization. They are not highly suitable for jobs requiring interpersonal relations. But these peoples are more skilled in technical jobs, that is, production, accounting, engineering, and computers. Then, intuition feeling style. The person with intuition feeling style are enthusiastic, people oriented, charismatic, and helpful. The profession which are suited to this style are public relations, advertising, politics, and personal. Next one, intuition thinking style. These people are very creative, energetic, ingenious, and like jobs which are challenging in terms of design and analysis, such as system design, law, research and development, top management, and so on. Next one, achievement orientation. So achievement orientation or a high need to achieve is a personality trait which varies among different types of people and can be used to predict certain behavior. The people with very high achievement orientation strive to do things in a better way. They want to feel that their success or failure is due to their own actions. These people do not like to perform easy tasks where there is no challenge or tasks with very high amount of risk, as the failure rate is more. And the next factor influencing personality is locus of control. Locus of control refers to an individual's belief that events are either within one's control or are determined by forces beyond one's control. Some people believe that they are the masters of their own fate. Other people see themselves as pawns of fate, believing that whatever happens to them in their lives is due to their luck or fate. This first type is labeled as internals, and the later has been called as externals. A person's perception of the source of his or her fate is termed locus of control. With this, I end this session. Let me continue in another session, the factors influencing the organizational behavior. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.